Hey, how you doing there? Zane back here. Welcome to another faithful edition of Man with the Show. Thank you for those who have subscribed, like, and share this video. I do really appreciate that. We've been getting an uptick on subscribers and views. We have a couple of videos that are just like neck and neck on each other. They're racing to the top, which I appreciate that on there. In fact, one has surpassed. And we'll talk about that on another episode or at the Madman Cafe. I decided this week, since this week we are seeing the console wars begin all over again. So with the releases of the PlayStation 5 and also the Xbox Series X, Z, Y, whatever it is, we're going to be doing a couple of episodes about it, about general gaming or around the gaming news network and stuff like that, whether it's in or out of it. And you know, we're going to discuss some things that are pertinent that's going on both here and abroad. Today, and you clicked on it, reason you clicked on it because you wanted to hear about this. We're discussing Sega. Now, about last week, we talked about what is going on in Japan now in the Akari district in Japan, that the Yakuza is taking over in sections on there, especially the maid cafes and stuff like that. The other half of that story, and this is why the area is starting to, it's getting really bad over there. Since the tourists, and also with the COVID-19 and stuff like that, basically has reduced the level of people interacting in the arcades and in the shops and stuff like that. And recently, Sega has just shut down, or in the process of shutting down, their arcade and their building, that tower building that they have there, and they're planning to sell the arcade division out. I don't know if they found anyone yet to purchase it, but I think we're going to see a grab for pieces of Sega very, very, very soon. Now, this report is out of Otaku USA magazine. Sega is asking 650 employees to voluntarily leave the company because of losses. And this is an interesting little piece. It's a small piece. It's not going to take long on here. Sega articles in Japan have taken a major hit because of the coronavirus and social distancing. Unfortunately, it's such a big hit that it's hurting the entire company, and Sega's parent company, Sega Sammy Holdings, is asking some of its employees to voluntarily leave the workplace. According to Sora News 24, Sega has recently lost about 21.7 billion yen, which is 206 million. They're cutting executives' incomes and want to have 650 fewer employees in order to cut their losses. I think they should cut a lot more executives and not their incomes. Right now, they have 9,051 employees, but that's not the employees' fault. There is a pandemic, so Sega's trying to help the people who choose to leave, which I agree with that, doing that. How far? That's needs to still be seen. As Sora News explains, the volunteering employees will be provided severance packages, also re-employment assistance for those who are seeking new jobs elsewhere instead of retiring entirely. Sega wants their employees to answer by December 25th. Oh, wow. Really? By Christmas?
Ah! Humbug.
Wow, that is not nice. I mean, at least give them till after the beginning of the new year. And the leaving employees would stay on until February before they have to go elsewhere. Let me tell you, there are a couple things on this. Number one, how bad it is. They have to give an answer by December 25th. Now, I understand you might say, well, maybe it has to deal with the quarter at the end of the year. No. The quarter ends in January, so they could have gave them into January. Why December 25th? I don't know. Maybe it's something that they're trying to fix and arrange for the year to balance their books out. That's a possibility. But in a way, I'm okay with Sega trying to assist and giving severance packages to people like that. I've had other people that I've known that worked for companies and been given severance packages to leave because basically that their job title, because of the pandemic, wasn't going to be available when hopefully everything is lifted. And basically with these severance packages, sometimes it's not enough money to get them along. I mean, it might get them up to a certain point, but then what do you do afterwards if you can't get a job? You go on unemployment. I don't know what it is in Japan as far as unemployment, if they offer something of that nature. But like here, it would be, you go on unemployment, and hopefully that'll balance out for you. But, the way the tides are changing in the politics right now, there's an uncertainty right now. We're not going to go into that, but there is an uncertainty going on, and we have to be ever vigilant and pay attention to what's going on. But the other half of this, and these are things that we're going to be discussing very soon, is you understand that's going on. Sony had moved most of their properties into California, and slowly they've been envisioning out of Japan, and we'll be discussing on this. That basically right now the Xbox Microsoft is selling very well. I mean, right now the number one gaming unit, of course, is the Nintendo Switch in there. But it looks like for example, PlayStation is starting to sort of diss the Japanese, per se. Why? I don't know. But we'll discuss that in another episode. Now, you may ask yourself, what does that have to do with Sega? Okay. Right at this moment, you have Microsoft buying small independent companies. And some of the larger ones. You saw Bethesda got bought out into Microsoft. What is the possibility that Sega is going to get bought out? That possibility that some of their divisions will get bought out, especially the video game division, will get bought out by Microsoft, adding on to it. With this situation that's going on in Japan right now, what if Microsoft begins to become a bigger hold in the video game wars in Japan? People, you have to think of the situation is that if you look at Japan versus the United States, they hold about an equal footing. I mean, Japan comes in a little bit in the second, but it's like still, most gamers love the Japanese games on there, what comes out of Japan. I know this because I have friends in the business. I have, people that I know with, and I have myself bought games. I used to have what they call the refurbished consoles that are just basically adjusted so I were able to play games from overseas. And when I had friends, we would go to each other's houses and play those games. This is simple. People over here do like the Japanese gaming. PlayStation is pulling out. Sony's pulling out of Japan. That's pretty much what's looking like. Because look at the games that are going on, the censoring of games and all that, the buying of Crunchyroll. Okay, they're looking to pull back, even though they're a Japanese outfit. They want to pull back into this country. Why? Like I said, another show, we'll discuss that. What we're looking at right now is Sega has taken a major hit. They're out there selling the arcade division. They're about to sell that off. That's coming. What about the rest of the company? Is the rest of the company right to be bought out by Microsoft? What are the implications to this? It is major, okay? Understand this. Sega has been around for years, creating the most iconic games, an iconic game system. They have been in it, in and out. Think of the entire library that Sega holds. And it's put on one console only. That changes the whole spectrum of the industry. Okay? What else could Microsoft buy into? What other companies? There has also been soundings. Now, this is rumor. I'm going to tell you right now, this is rumor. Capcom rumors have been floating for quite some time that Microsoft is looking into Capcom. So think of the parameter. Sega, Capcom, both in the house of Microsoft. What would this future look like for the industry? This could knock Sony right off the map completely. Because Sony's worried about politics and censorship and all this out, and then just forgetting about one of their best customers, the Japanese customers. And you're already starting to see inklings of that change already by the sales of the PlayStation versus the Xbox Series X. You're seeing this already. So we have to pay attention to this. Pay very good attention to this. So, as my viewer, I ask you, what do you think? First, what do you think of the whole situation that they're asking 650 employees to leave the company voluntarily? How do you feel about that? 2, what do you think if Microsoft decides to buy Sega? Okay. 3, how's your feelings against Sony? Are you satisfied with what they've been doing lately, or are you upset how they're being treated? And especially my overseas viewers in Australia, Indonesia, in UK, you're close. You're a little bit more closer to the center source from Japan. How do you guys feel about it? So, link it in the comments below. Continue this conversation. Hit that subscribe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit that like, and don't forget to share this video. We'll catch you on another next one, because we got some good gaming news, some crazy stuff coming up this week. Like I said, this is a gaming week for you guys, giving you a little chance from the Japan point of view, and also we're going to be talking about a particular website that I think may be coming to its end very soon. So we'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye now.